Well, here we go. Shaylee Alani will lead things off, the second baseman, just a sophomore. She digs in against Nicole May, and we're ready. The first pitch of Game 2 is on the way, and it is just a bit low outside to the left-handed hitting Alani. Shaylee Alani, sophomore transfer out of Kailua Kona, Hawaii. Bats left, throws right. First team all-conference at Yavapai. She takes the 1-0 pitch low from May. 2 balls and no strikes. Sooner infield is in tight. Coleman in tight at first. Johns in tight at third. And the sun is definitely a factor in the outfield, as it is just about every spot outside of third base. There's a little shadow at third base. 2-0 pitch. Tried to check the swing. Couldn't do it. Got a piece of it. Foul tip, strike 1 to Alani.
Coleman's gonna be like Bellinger.
It's a good comparison. Jada Coleman has that Cody Bellinger look to her over at first base, Sam. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good battle back from Nicole May, falling behind 2 balls, no strikes. Even the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
First base, center, right, whatever. Pick one. Short. Short. Lefty shortstop.
2-2 count. May long check of her wrist. She's ready. And wind's kicked up now towards right field. And there's a ball that's fouled straight back. So resetting that Sooner infield, Gianna Johns, the South Carolina transfer, at third. Grace Lyons at short, Tiare Jennings at second, and Jada Coleman over at first, with Kinsey Hansen getting the start behind the plate. May long look into Jen Rocha on that first step of the Sooner dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch popped up, center field. Boone's got a beat on it, calls off everyone and makes the catch. It's a way to do it. Nicole May falls behind 2-0, battles back and gets the first out of the inning.
Caitlin Belch.
Here's Caitlin Belch. Belch, the third baseman. Senior. This a fairly senior-laden roster for Abigail Farland. Abilene went 7-17 in the 24 games they got to play last season. Started this season with a 13-6 win and a swing and a miss on some high heat from Nicole May for strike 1. Wow. No balls and a strike. The right-handed hitting Belch digs back in. The pitch from May, swing and a miss. Strike 2. Well, Nicole May just reared back and threw that right by her. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. We're in the first of Game 2 for the Sooners. The pitch from May, just a little up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Not a bad waste pitch either. Our live stream looking good? Think so? Let me know at OU on the Air on Twitter. That's at OU on the Air on Twitter. Patrick and I, well, Patrick set that up. 1-2. Ooh, that just missed, low and away. Just missed. We do have other games that are going on as we speak that we need to update you on, including a pretty impressive showing for Oklahoma State. They're up on Arkansas 10-3 in the bottom of the 5th inning out in Monroe, Louisiana. There's the 2-2. Off speed, pulled the trigger, swing and a miss, strike 3. First collegiate strikeout for Nicole May, and there's 2 away.
The right fielder, number 33, Samantha Bradley.
And that was a brilliantly called at-bat from a pitch perspective. Well done, Jen Rocha. Well executed, Nicole May. Coach Farler came down from the third base coach's box just in front of the Abilene Christian dugout to say something to the home plate umpire, but it looks like we're good now. First pitch in the righty-on-righty matchup is popped up on the infield. Making the catch, calling everyone off, is Jana Johns, and that'll do it in the top of the first inning. Good start for Nicole May. 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the first. Oklahoma and Abilene Christian are scoreless. This is Sooner softball from Learfield. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Sooners the home team in game 2 for the Sooners here in the Minor Invitational. And Jada Coleman will lead things off. Out of the Colony, Texas, from the left side of the plate. First pitch is just off the outer edge, ball 1. From Riley White. Abilene Christian in their gray uniform tops with the black pants, white socks with purple stripes. ACU across their chest in white with a purple outline. Sooners all crimson again. Coleman shows bunt, pulls it back on an off-speed pitch for ball 2. Game 1 for Coleman was a show. 4 for 5 with 4 runs scored and 2 RBIs. Including her first collegiate home run, 2 doubles. Lacked a triple for the cycle. She went after that bunt, missed it. 2 balls and a strike. They are definitely playing Coleman back. There is no movement from Burris over at first after the bunt. Belt's fairly deep. Now she takes a couple steps in at third. 2-1 pitch. Inside, ball 3. Jada digs back in. The 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. Failed to mention that Coleman also stole a base in the first game, so with her speed, would not surprise me at all to see her on the move here. And here's Tiara Jennings. How about your 1-2 hitters being freshmen? Coleman fakes a go at first, and the pitch into Jennings is a strike. Sooners obviously didn't see Riley White last year, just a freshman. Though Jillian Hefner did a pretty nice job out of the pen against the Sooners last year. Runners not going, and Jennings fouls this away. 4 for 4 with 4 runs scored and 6 RBIs. 3 home runs in her Sooner debut. Not bad for the freshman Jennings. But she's behind on the count here. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch in the dirt. Good job behind home plate by Millock to get in front of that and not let it get away. We're scoreless in the bottom of the first inning after a 1-2-3 inning. Solid pitching from the newcomer, the freshman, Nicole May. 1-2 pitch misses low and in, 2-2. For those watching on the Soonersports.tv stream, you can see the flags blowing slightly in right center field. Every so often they'll kick out. That's right where Mackenzie Donahue's homer went earlier today. 2-2, line shot, right field, it's down for a base hit. Only able to advance to second is Coleman. Pretty nice job out in right field by Sinishi to keep it in front of her. The Sooners have 2 aboard here in the bottom of the first inning. And here comes Kinsey Hansen. Freshman, sophomore in the first 3 spots of a lineup that scored 29 runs in game 1 and hit 13 home runs. How about that? Hansen drove in 3 runs, was a perfect 5 for 5, and had 2 home runs. First pitch, she shows bunt, pulled it back. The ball gets away from the catcher. Everybody will move up, 60. I think at first, Malak, the catcher, thought it might have been a foul tip. The umpire gets out of the way, so Jennings moves up to second, and Coleman is now standing at third. Pitch was called a ball because Hansen moved her bat back in time. McKenzie just looks ready to attack in the batter's box. The 1-0 is just a bit low. 2 balls and no strikes. Hansen finished last season in impressive fashion for the Sooners. She waits on the 2-0. It's an off speed that falls in for a strike. Her freshman season, Hansen hit 4 home runs, drove in 26, 10 extra base hits. .413 batting average. Played in all 24 games for the Sooners. The 2-1, ball 3, in the dirt a little low. The best way to stay in touch with us tonight, let us know where you're listening from, is to hit us up on Twitter, at OU on the air. That's at OU on the air. Questions, comments, or just a love for what we've seen today. The 3-1 is hammered foul. That's well out of play. Jocelyn Allo waits on deck. Jen Rocha back at first base in game number 2. Sid Romero not with the team this weekend. Patty Gasso over coaching third in her 27th season. 3-2 pitch. That ball's hit deep to left field. If it stays fair, it's gone. It is foul. That'll get you out of your seat. Kinsey Hansen took that one for a ride. Count stays full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Coleman at third, Jennings at second. Coleman on the walk, Jennings singled. Time is called because, was there a long pause in trying to get the call? Riley White in the circle. She's ready now. The 3-2. Ball 4. Good job by Kinsey Hansen to not offer at that off-speed pitch. And how about walking into some trouble here? Here comes Jocelyn Allo. Allo hit a home run in her first at bat. It was a straight line drive over the right field wall. I think we all agreed it didn't really seem like she got a full swing on it either. And she bats here with the bases loaded. First pitch, a little low, ball 1. The home run for Allo in game 1 added to an already impressive career total. 55 career home runs for Allo. The pitch, strike. Jossie had really started to get some positive momentum going last year when the season was cut short. In fact, she has a hitting streak that was extended in game 1. The 1-1 pitch is in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Allo with a first inning home run extended her hitting streak to 15 straight. Looking to make it 16 straight here. The pitch just misses outside, 3-1. Give a little credit to Millock behind the plate. She did a really nice job in trying to pull that back in. 3-1, hitters count here with the bases loaded. The pitch, Jossie takes ball 4, her second walk of the day. And on the day for Jossie, RBI number 4, and Oklahoma jumps on top 1-0. on a bases-loaded walk. Third walk of the inning by the freshman White. And that's going to draw a visit to the circle from Abilene Christian second-year coach Abigail Farler. They took care of business, did Abilene Christian in game one. And though it was tight at times, they pulled away late in beating UTEP. Here in game number two, Oklahoma, well, they've not quite attacked with the long ball, but they have absolutely attacked by being selective and smart in deciding which pitches to attack here. Well, we are really letting this conversation go on a long time in the circle right now. And finally, the home plate umpire walks out. That's Mike Montoya, who is behind the plate. There is action in the Abilene Christian bullpen as we speak. They got a righty up. Kind of hard to tell who it is. Almost on cue. She turns around to make sure that we can see it's Olivia Sinat that's out working in the pen.
Grace Lyons.
And here comes Grace Lyons with the bases loaded and nobody out. And what a first game Grace Lyons had with 3 home runs. The first pitch grounded hard down the line but foul. Lions last year against Abilene Christian, when these two teams played in February as part of the Courtyard Marriott Classic, was the Sooner leadoff hitter. She went 0 for 3 in that game. Here's the 0-1 pitch. In the dirt, another nice job by Millock behind the plate to get in front of it. She has been fantastic here early on for Abilene Christian. Only 1 ball got by her. But she's made things a little bit easier on White here. As you can see, the shadows creeping across the field. The 1-1 pitch just missed. 2 balls and a strike. The runner at third is Jennings. Hanson is at second. Jocelyn Allo is at first. Sooners have already jumped on top 1-0. The pitch. That caught the inside corner. Strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lyons is ready. She digs back in. The pitch. She reached for it and poked it foul and out of play down the right field line. We didn't see White in the first game against UTEP earlier today. It almost felt like maybe in some way Coach Farler was saving her for this. But she struggled to find the strike zone, and she misses on the 2-2, and now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bases loaded for Grace Lyons. Sooners have a run in already, nobody out in the bottom of the first. That ball's drilled deep to left field. It's a grand slam. A home run from Grace Lyons. A no-doubter off the bat of the Sooner shortstop. Her 4th home run of the day, and Oklahoma has jumped on top of Abilene Christian 5-0. The 14th home run of the day by Sooner hitters, and Grace Lyons absolutely launched one out of here. Wow. Let's add to that for Grace today on the RBI side of things. 9 RBIs now in 2 games for Grace Lyons. Here's Taylor Snow. It's like a leadoff hitter. First pitch to Snow. She rips one foul. This is, wow, this is fun. Let's go. Nicole Mendez waits on deck. In fact, Mendez is on that top step debriefing a little bit. I think it was with Jada Coleman as the 0-1 pitch is fouled back by Snow. No balls and 2 strikes. Five-zip Sooners. The 0-2 pitch. Nieners grounds it to short, bobbled, up with it, throws, and got it. Really nice play over at shortstop from Rudd, who has
Right fielder, number 11.
no panic in her as that one hopped up on her. And here's Nicole Mendez. Jana Johns waits on deck. So every single player that comes to the plate in this second game, we can honestly say had themselves a day already. Mendez, coming off what was a frustrating season for her last year just because of the injuries, lays down a bunt here. It's going to be a tough play. The throw to first, got it. Big time play by White, popping out of the circle and getting the second out. And Mindy, as we mentioned, it is a storyline we'll talk about a lot, but you know, she had really started to kind of find a groove after an off-season injury that for most would cost them their season. But she battled back and returned on February 28th of last season. Had 4 RBIs in her last 2 games before the season shut down. First pitch to Johns is fouled away. Mendez grounds out on the bunt, and there's 2 outs now for Jana Johns. Jana is physically impressive. Confident in the box, digs in from the right side of the plate. The third baseman takes the 0-1 pitch just off the inside edge and a little low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jana scored a run, went 1 for 3 in her Sooner debut. Seems very comfortable. 1-1. She lines this one into center field, a base hit. It'll get all the way to the wall. Rocha sends her to second. Johns will slide in head first for a 2-out double. And Abilene Christian had a shift going on Jana Johns. The second baseman was standing literally in that rover position right behind second base, and Johns hit it right past her. Here's Riley Boone. Boone came on in the 3rd inning of game 1, played out in center field when Mendez moved to right, had a hit in 3 at-bats, hit the ball hard. First pitch just misses low, ball 1. By the time the Sooners had played Abilene Christian last season, Boone was already out rehabbing her injury. Riley digs back in from the left side of the plate, that open stance. Takes the 1-0 pitch in for ball 2. It's an old school reference, but she kind of has like a Rod Carew feel to her batting stance. Nick Zinn has that open stance. Can slap, bunt, hit for power, you name it, she can do it. She takes the 2-0 pitch for a strike, 2 balls and a strike. And things are getting interesting down at the Best on the Bayou in Monroe, Louisiana. Oklahoma State had opened up a big lead, but Arkansas has rallied and taken the lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. The 2-1 pitch caught the outside corner, 2-2. A 7-run bottom of the 6th inning for Arkansas, and they've jumped on top of Oklahoma State 11-10. Two balls, 2 strikes to the left-handed hitting Sooner center fielder. Here it comes. Swing and a miss on a pitch low and in the dirt, and that'll do it for the Sooners in the first. But Oklahoma sends 9 batters to the plate, put 5 runs on the board, and they head to the second inning on top of Abilene Christian 5-0. To the second inning, Oklahoma on top of Abilene Christian 5-0 thanks to a grand slam home run by Grace Lyons in the bottom of the first inning, her 4th home run of the day. Wow. And the Sooners will face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Callie Burris will lead things off for Abilene Christian. Burris digs in. Left-handed hitter. Loops one into shallow center field. Nope, won't get out there. Lions will catch it on the dirt of the infield for the first out here in the top of the second. For a moment, like it might have enough legs to get to the outfield turf, but a good job by Burris, or excuse me, a good job by Lions to make the catch. And that will bring Maya Sanishi to the plate. Right-handed hitter takes the first pitch low for a ball. Well, this isn't, they've made a change in their lineup because Sanishi was originally in this spot as the 1-0 pitch is popped foul and out of play. This is, well, at least they're still saying Sanishi, but Sanishi is on the roster as number 22. This is number 15 at the plate. This is Riley White, so White will hit here, not Sanishi. That must have been the switch that they alluded to in the first inning. So here's the 0-1 pitch to the Abilene Christian pitcher, and it's low for a ball. Two balls and a strike to White. May rocks and fires. Ground ball, hard hit towards third. Diving play by Johns from her knees. Throws her out at first. Gianna Johns flashing some early leather for the Sooners, and there's two away. And here's Val Rudd.
The shortstop, number 77, Val Rudd.
I should say it was a lineup to be Val Rudd. Thankfully it is. Rudd digs in. The right-handed hitter. Went 0 for 3 in the opener against UTEP. Takes the first pitch low for a ball. The big star was Belch in the first game, the third baseman. She went 2 for 4. And then RBI, Mellock had 3 hits too. Here's a hard hit ball to center field. Boone has a beat on it, back at the wall, leaps and makes a catch. Riley kind of landed a little bit awkwardly, but she's okay, and that'll do it in the top of the second inning. We head to the bottom of the second. Oklahoma leads at 5-0. This is Sooner softball from Learfield, IMG College. First pitch to the Sooner leadoff hitter, Jada Coleman, is a ground ball, hard hit to second, and for the first time today, the leadoff hitter has not reached base for the Sooners as Coleman grounds out to second, and that's the way we start things here in the bottom of the second inning. Sooners lead at 5-0. And that'll bring Tiare Jennings to the plate. Jennings singled and scored a run in the first. First pitch, a little off speed, misses low and away. One ball, no strikes. The pitch, low and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That ball's hit deep to center field, and it's gone. An absolute blast off the bat of the freshman. And Jennings has her 4th home run of the game. Game would be impressive. It's 6-0 Sooners as Jennings airplanes into home plate. Wow. That ball was an absolute rocket off the bat of the freshman. And Jennings is 2 for 2 now. And 4 home runs to start her Sooner career. Here's Kinsey Hansen. Kinsey in her first at bat walked scored a run on the grand slam by Grace Lyons. First pitch, takes it for a strike on the outside corner. The Sooners have now hit, in 7 innings, 15 home runs. 13 in game 1, 2 through the first 2 innings already. And Kinsey Hansen might do it right here. Now foul ball. I mean, my word. I don't think there's been any of these shots over the last 4 or 5 the Sooners have hit where you think, that one barely got out, especially the last 2. Here's the 0-2 to Hansen. Ground ball, hard hit up the middle and into center field for a base hit. And here comes Alo. Jocelyn walked and scored a run. She was also on base. And Grace Lyons hit a grand slam over the left field wall. Righty on righty matchup with a runner at first. The pitch. Wild pitch. Got away from the catcher. Hansen will advance to second. In fact, that might be one of the few times where you look and think that Millock might have made a mistake. Could easily be called a pass ball. And the freshman White is in some big trouble here. The Sooners lead it 6-0 with 1 out in the second. Line drive right at the second baseman. Nice play. But getting back to the bag is Hansen to avoid the double play. Solani at second base made a heck of a play on the line drive.
The shortstop, number 3, Grace Lyons.
And on a hard hit ball, Alo is retired. And here's Grace Lyons. Homered her last time up. The first pitch to the Sooner shortstop. Just misses low and away. Hansen stands at second. Long look in from White. Here comes the 1-0. Ball's popped pretty deep to right field. At the wall, it is caught. And that'll do it for the Sooners in the second inning. Sooner softball is presented by OG&E. We energize life. And at the Trails Golf Club in Norman, you'll experience everything you love about golf and more. Visit and play the course as a member for a day and find out yourself what makes the trail special. Visit trailsgolf.com. I can attest it is absolutely fantastic. And die-hard Sooner softball fans all over the trails. Thanks for joining us. We're in El Paso for the Minor Classic. Oklahoma won the first game today 29-0. They lead here in the top of the third inning, 6-0 over Abilene Christian. And the first pitch to Carolina Adair from the freshman Nicole May is in for a strike. Sooners showcased some of their trademark defense in the top of the second inning. A diving stab by Johns at third. The 0-1. The ball's hit pretty well to left field, but Taylon Snow has a beat on it, makes the catch, and there's one away. And yes, if you missed the first game, Taylon Snow has transitioned to play the outfield for the Sooners, part of what Coach Gasso has talked about a lot, and that is the ability to be versatile, to play many positions. It's something that could obviously benefit the Sooners with the versatility of so many players as the season progresses. Here's Avery Millett, the catcher. First pitch, swing and a miss. And Taylon Snow with the move to the outfield has a plus arm, and she's been impressive in everything she's done since she stepped on campus for the Sooners, and now willing to do whatever it takes to be in this lineup. The 0-1 pitch is grounded towards third. It'll stay fair. Johns up with it, throws to first, and there's now 2 away. And with 2 away, Lacey Johnson will be the last hope for Abilene Christian to get a base runner here in the third.
The left fielder, Lacey Johnson.
Johnson had a hit and an RBI last year in the Sooners game against Abilene Christian. Went 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI, and she takes the first pitch for a strike. Shannon Sale came out of the bullpen in the 7th inning and absolutely mowed down Abilene Christian in that game. Threw 10 pitches to get 3 outs. The 0-1 is just a bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Johnson's hit against Oklahoma last year was 1 of just 4. And speaking of solid pitching performances, Brooke Vestal started, went 6 innings, was really good. Johnson went 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI and a check swing there, which is foul. In fact, not to bring up a sore point, but Lacey Johnson's hit was a home run, and as it stands right now, it's her only career home run she's had. Time is called. And her first and only career home run came against the Sooners last year. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Ooh, just misses, low and away, 2-2. Sooner infield now completely engulfed in shade, as is a majority of the outfield. Looks like still glasses for Riley Boone and Taylon Snow out and left. There's a little area in left center and right center that's sunbaked. 2-2. Grounded softly foul. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're in the third. 6-0 Sooners. 2 more home runs to add to the total today. A grand slam from Grace Lyons. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Bounce towards third. Johns reaches, makes the play, throws. What a scoop by Coleman. And they're going to call it a foul ball. All that for naught. And that wasn't foul by much. And Jada Coleman looked like she's been playing first base her whole life with how easy she made that look. Ugh. Is there anything this kid can't do? 2 balls, 2 strikes. We'll do it again. The pitch in the dirt, full count. Lacey Johnson is a pretty impressive athlete. As she digs back in, lettered in softball, basketball, cross country, and cheerleading. And won the state championship in shooting clays. And Nicole May shoots that one right by her for a swing and a miss. Strike 3 and the inning is over. Head to the third inning. Oklahoma, or bottom of the third inning. Oklahoma leads it 6-0. First pitch to Taylon Snow is low for a ball.
Correction, now batting Taylon Snow.
Snow grounded out to short in the first inning on a nice play by Rudd, who bobbled it and still made the play. Here's the 1-0. Misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Love to see you guys checking in on Twitter. Appreciate those of you who are watching along on the video feed. The 2-0 to Nieners. Caught the outside corner, strike 1. I say Nieners. I don't know if I'm cool enough to call Taylon Snow Nieners yet. It's one of the greatest nicknames ever. And the fact that there's really no reason for it, just other than her sister called her that, is fantastic. It's the greatest nickname ever. The 2-1. Just misses outside, 3-1. I mean, it fits for every age, right? Aunt Nieners, Nieners as a grandma. I mean, it's so versatile as a nickname. It's great. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Hard hit back up the middle, caught. Alani was perfectly positioned at second, and there's one away. And here's Nicole Mendez. Our buddy C. Mills has checked in, listening to us in Guthrie. J.C. Foster watching from Altus as Nicole Mendez digs in. Grounded out on a bunt attempt back to the pitcher last inning. Pitch, off speed, falls in for a strike.
Number 11, the right fielder, Nicole Mendez.
Red Leverage cheering on the Sooner from the west side of Manhattan in New York City. Did I mention JC and Altus? I did. Lake Fork Sooner back in Eantis, Texas. Grace Ann Conley checking in. The 0-1, low and in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Joanne McGuire and Norman. Chilly there. Trey Linda Kerr checking in from Moore. The bottom of the third, Sooners up 6-0. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out to Mendez. Takes that off speed low for ball 2. Good to see my man Robert Mixon, Mark Worley, our buddy at Chagrin Falls. Bill's watching on Soonersports.tv from Independence, Missouri. Sorry, Trey Linda, I didn't mention Mom was listening in as well. Mary Kirby in Tacoma, Washington. Faye in Norman, Oklahoma. As Mindy takes the 2-1 pitch just outside, 3 balls and a strike. Maggie and Olivia check in from Bentonville, Arkansas. Boomer Sooner. I was actually in Bentonville 2 weeks ago. 3-1 pitch is ball 4 for Mendez. And here's Jana Johns. Keep your tweets coming. Love to hear from you. At OU on the air. That's at OU on the air. Courtney. Is that Courtney Bryce? Courtney's listening and watching in BA. Katie Coda, Rockstar. Laura Kim, Miss Jane Jetson, Alan Moody. Granny Karen is back. Darla is listening in. And Winston Sauls in Borger, Texas. Here's the first pitch to Janet Johns. She doubled her last time up on a hard hit ball and takes the first pitch on the inside corner for strike 1. Oh, can't leave out Uncle Bill and Mimi, who are freezing in more. And Sinbad in, I'll get close, Sinbad. Sevierville, Tennessee. We'll be heading to Tennessee later in the season, guys. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Off speed is drilled, but not deep enough. The catch is made by the left fielder. And off the bat, that looked like it had much more potential than it ended up having. It's a fly out to Johnson and left, and there's 2 away. John's frustrated as she walks back to the Sooner dugout, and here's Riley Boone with 2 outs and a runner on first. Sooners trying to avoid their first scoreless inning of the day. First pitch to Boone, shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a ball. And give credit where credit is due. Riley White has settled down a little bit over the last 4 or 5 hitters. Now, Sooners have hit the ball hard. I mean, Johns just missed that one. JT Gasso on the top perch of the Sooner dugout, talking to his leadoff hitter, Jada Coleman. Boone takes a pitch high. Mindy's off to second base. She steals second. Second stolen base of the day. First for Nicole Mendez. And OU has a runner in scoring position with 2 outs and a 2-0 count on Riley Boone. For Mendez in her career, that's her 42nd stolen base. The 2-0 pitch. Ball 3. Mindy had 21 stolen bases her freshman season. And it's kind of impressive because you go back and she didn't start the first part of the season. I think we're about 10 games in before Mendez really started making an impact her freshman year. 3-0 is ball 4. And here comes Jada Coleman, fresh off the advice she was getting from JT Gasso.
Number 24, first baseman Jada Coleman.
Everything that she has done so far has been absolutely on point. Freshman out of the Colony High School in the Colony, Texas. First pitch, low, ball 1. Her mom and dad are incredible athletes. Both played collegiately. Her mom at TWU, Texas Women's University. Her dad at North Central Texas College. And she calls for time. Deanna and Cedric Coleman. Home plate umpire will use this opportunity to give home plate a fresh cleaning. It's Mike Montoya behind home plate. Here's the 1-0. Caught the outside corner, a 1-1. Jaden finished her collegiate career. Did I say collegiate? High school career. With a .702 batting average and 209 stolen bases. She stole a base in game 1. Here's the 1-1. Misses low and away, 2-1. They throw behind Mendez at second, who gets back to the bag. Two balls and a strike. Mendez at second, Boone at first. Coleman takes ball 3. Pretty good speed on the bases. With Boone at first, you get something in the gap, she's going to score with ease. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Jada Coleman. Swing and a miss. She chased one low and away. The Abilene Christian dugout is making some noise, trying to cheer on the freshman White. The 3-2 pitch, off speed, popped up foul, and it will get out of play just on top of the Abilene Christian dugout. The Sooner fans are fighting an uphill battle against the Abilene Christian dugout right now. The 3-2 pokes it foul. 6-zip Sooners. We're in the third. The runner at first is Riley Boone. The runner at second is Nicole Mendez. Tiari Jennings waits on deck. Here we go. The 3-2 pitch. Line shot into center field. That ball's going to get to the wall. Mendez scores. Here comes Boone. She'll score easily. It's a 2-run double from the freshman. And Oklahoma has officially put this game in run rule territory with 2 outs in the bottom of the third inning.
Number 23, second baseman Tiara Jennings.
Coleman drives in both Mendez and Boone, and it's 8-0 Sooners, and that's going to be it for the freshman. And Jada Coleman drives in a couple here. On the day for Jada, that's her 3rd and 4th RBIs. Well, I say that's going to be it for the freshman, but there hasn't been a signal or a move made yet by Abigail Farler. Had a really lengthy meeting in the circle in the first inning. And that lengthy conversation continues here. Sooner Softball is presented by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Oklahoma, proudly sponsoring University of Oklahoma Athletics. And we like to thank the official Eat, Play, Stay partners. Othello's Italian Restaurant, the Conference Center at NCED, Midway Grocery and Deli, Courtyard by Marriott, The Meeting Place, Red Effect Infrared Fitness, Baked Bear, and Jason's Deli. Visit Soonersports.com for more information. Well, they're going to stick with white here. When they went to the circle, a pitcher emerged from the dugout, but she was merely going down to the bullpen. She's working now as the first pitch to Tiare Jennings is low and away for a ball. A 2-out, 3-2, 2-run double from Jada Coleman has given Oklahoma an 8-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. Here's the 1-0 to Jennings. That ball bounced well before the plate, gets away from the catcher. Coleman's on her way to third on the wild pitch. Two balls, no strikes. Jennings is 2 for 2 with a single and a home run. Her 4th home run of the season. 2-0 pitch is a little up and in, ball 3. They have gone final in Louisiana. And Oklahoma State has beaten Arkansas 12-11. What a game there. Here's the 3-0 pitch to Jennings. It's in for a strike, 3-1. Oklahoma State looked to be in control. This game, they were up 10-3 at one point, but a 7-run bottom of the 6th put Arkansas ahead. There's a hard hit ball to third. Nice play. They'll throw across to get Jennings and into the inning. Oh my, what a play at third. Back to work for Nicole May as we head to the 4th. Sooners in control, leading Abilene Christian 8-0. Love hearing from you guys on Twitter. Randy checked in. Courtney listening in chilly Mustang, Oklahoma. Yes, Kelly Bryce is listening in. She writes, go ahead and tell everyone Kelly Bryce is your favorite softball alumni player. That's tough, Kelly, but you're up there. You are. Hey, speaking of Kelly Bryce, if you haven't had a chance yet, we had an awesome Zoom during the off season with members of that 2000 National Championship team. Kelly, it was a blast to catch up with you. It was a blast to talk to everyone. That is currently in the archives on the Sooner Sports podcast at Soonersports.com/podcast or at Soonersports.tv. It's well worth your time, I promise. Back to the top of the lineup. Shaylee Alani digs in, the second baseman. First pitch is in for a strike from Nicole May. Mark Bowden from Haskell, Oklahoma. And Jody checking in from Crystal Lake, Illinois. G3, I like this nickname, by the way. I don't know how Grace Lyons never became G3. Now's the time. The 0-1 pitch. Grounded towards G3. Lyons is up with it, throws. There's one away. By the way, they went to throw it around, and it popped out of the glove of Hansen. Linda's listening in from OKC. How are we looking forecast-wise, y'all? Are we in trouble when we head back? Here's Caitlin Belch, the third baseman. Samantha Bradley waits on deck. Nicole May has been fantastic. The first pitch is a little low for a ball. On the brightness side of things, the field doesn't have a lot of light on it, boys. I don't know the best way to put it, and it's not meant to be anything negative, but what you're seeing is exactly what we're seeing. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch to May. Whew, that thing had some cheese on it, a little up. 2 balls and a strike. Yeah, I mentioned this. I meant to talk to UTEP's great school. I meant to talk to some of their guys because I'm curious how the field became known as Helen of Troy Field. And then also if they can actually play games at night because there's only like 3 light stands here. Here's the 2-0. Boy, that just missed. 3 balls and no strikes. Thanks for joining us on a long opening day, but a fun one. Sooners won their first game 29-0, hitting an NCAA record 13 home runs. The 3-0 pitch misses high, ball 4. First base runner of the game comes with 1 out in the 4th on a walk to Caitlin Belch.
Now batting, right fielder, number 33, Samantha Bradley.
13 home runs for the Sooners, 5 in the first inning and 5 in the 4th in game 1. And Oklahoma came out with that same energy, a first inning grand slam from Grace Lyons, a second inning home run from Tiare Jennings, 2-out double from Jada Coleman. They lead at 8-0. Bradley flied out to third. The first pitch is in for a strike. Balls and a strike after the 4-pitch walk. May looking to bounce back. Kelly Burris waits on deck. Hard hit ball foul. They have 0-1 on the scoreboard. It's an 0-2 count. Home plate umpire has just fixed it. There you go. No balls, 2 strikes. I've been informed that Saturday is going to be very close for us on weather when we get back. Fingers crossed, man. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. May. The runner goes to second. She'll be out by a mile on a throw by Kinsey Hansen. It's a strike him out, throw him out, double play to end the top of the 4th. The first time in a long time the Sooners won't be going to California as the first pitch is in for a strike to Kinsey Hansen. I mean, I would almost go as far as saying, Poppy and Drea might be able to help me out on this, that maybe since Coach's first season. And originally we were going to be in Irvine for this weekend as the 0-1 pitch is ripped. Look out, Coach. But the problem is that the restrictions in California had made it virtually impossible to be able to get out there and play a game. And that's not complaining by any stretch of the imagination. It just is what it is, unfortunately, with COVID-19. Kinsey Hansen is 1 for 1. She walked and scored a run in the first inning, singled and was stranded at second in the second. Bats here to lead things off for the Sooners in the bottom of the 4th with an 8-0 lead. Might be the last at bat for the Sooners here today. The first pitch is, or excuse me, the 0-2 pitch is low and away. Heard from our buddy Brandon Jacks on Twitter. Brandon out in Medill. Reagan Rogers checked in earlier with us today. Can't believe I missed out, Reagan. With the always incredible hashtag #GoBoomer. Here's the 1-ball, 2-strike pitch to Hansen. Hard hit ball towards second. Nice play to stay down on it. A throw to first by Alani will get Hansen.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 78, Jocelyn Allo.
And that's the first time that Kinsey Hansen has been retired today. She was 5 for 5 in the first game. She had walked and singled in the first 2 at-bats here. Here's Jocelyn Allo. In an 8-0 game, there's some drama here. Well, that drama is over because that ball is destroyed and long gone. It hits off the flagpole in right center field, and Allo has her second bomb of the day and extend that hitting streak. That was the drama. Jossie, a no-doubter, and a 16-game hitting streak that carries over from last season, and Jossie is dancing on her way into the dugout. And it's 9-0 Sooners. Wow. And in the career of Jocelyn Allo, continue to add to that impressive home run total, 56 career home runs now for Jossie. And one of these days on a home run call, I won't swallow my mask. Here's Lindsey Elam. She'll pinch hit here for Grace Lyons. 9-0 Sooners. First pitch to Elam is low for a ball. Elam went 2 for 3 with a couple of runs scored and an RBI. Hit the ball hard in the first game. She bats here with nobody aboard and 1 out. It's 9-zip Sooners. Here's the pitch. Boy, that's a nice pitch. Just off the inside edge of the strike zone. Called strike 1-1. Eddie Pauley is listening online while frozen in Yukon. MK checked in. Elam pops one to left field. In play and caught for the first out of the inning. Pardon me, second out of the inning. Good job by Johnson.
Left fielder, number 5, Taylon Snow.
And here's Taylon Snow. Snow's 0 for 2, grounded to short, line to second. She has hit the ball hard. But just has been on the tough end of a couple of bad breaks. Here's the first pitch to Snow. It's in the dirt. We've talked about it a lot. But the versatility of Snow on display here with her shift to the outfield. Here's a 1-0. Caught the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. 5-run first. A run in the second. 2 runs in the third. And a Jocelyn Allo bomb here in the fourth. 9-0 Sooners. Here's the 1-1. Hard hit ball down the left field line. Slicing foul. Wow. Poppy Jim Gasso says it's the first time this has ever happened where the Sooners aren't going to California. Tough break with COVID. I made this proclamation yesterday. We'll see if you agree. This 1-2 pitch to Snow in the dirt, 2-2. I'm not a fan of COVID. I mean, I just want to make that very clear. But the Sooners have done a solid job in fighting through it and getting to opening weekend here. The 2-2 pitch off speed line to first, caught. Good play by Burris at first base, and the inning is over, but the Sooners add another run. Sooners will turn to the sophomore Macy McAdoo to close things out here in the 5th inning. Well, McAdoo really impressed me whenever she stood up in a couple of tough situations. Last season as a true freshman, we bragged about the job that Olivia Raines did in the game against Arizona. McAdoo was equally as impressive. She started that game, went 4 2/3, came in relief several times last year, shut out Bryant. 21 2/3 of an inning. 13 strikeouts, but the struggles for Macy were with walks. She had 14 walks in those 21 2/3. Now the Tuttle product will get an opportunity to shut things down for the Sooners. And let's see. Oklahoma's got a little bit of a different look on their infield. That's Kinsey Hansen at first. She's been at first, or she'd been behind the plate. Lindsey Elam checks in behind the plate. So Hansen at first, Donahue at second. Tiare Jennings at short. Jana John stays in at third. Jada Coleman moves to right field. And Allo is in and left. And the first pitch is a strike from Macy McAdoo to Callie Burris. Burris is 0 for 1. The pitch, fouled straight back. McAdoo immediately attacking the strike zone and getting 2 quick strikes. So again, to reset for the Sooners, a completely different infield. Outside of Johns at third. Tiare Jennings is at short. Mackenzie Donahue checks in at second. Hansen at first, and now Elam behind the plate. Allo in and left. Riley Boone stays in center, and Coleman in right. As the 0-2 pitch is a wild pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Slightly open stance, now even more open. Poking it foul is Burris. Again, Oklahoma is slated to play 2 more games tomorrow. Same start times, except it'll be flipped. We'll start at 11 a.m. We'll be on the air with the 10:45 pregame show for OU and Abilene Christian round 2. And then at 4 o'clock tomorrow, it's OU Utah. Swing and a miss. McAdoo got her to chase a fastball up and away. And there's 1 away.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 15, Riley White.
Here's White. Give White credit. She's battled here. And in, I guess you could say, relation to what happened to UTEP, she's done a nice job of holding the Sooners to just 3 home runs. The first pitch is just off for ball 1. The field is completely engulfed in shadows. The view that you're getting is about as bright as we can make it for those of you on the stream, as the 1-0 is a nasty pitch from McAdoo. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. I don't know. The light banks in the outfield, well, they're starting to make a little bit of a difference here. There's 2 behind us as well. 1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. Off speed, filth, called strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. Macy rocks and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 away. And a second straight strikeout from McAdoo. And now Oklahoma is an out away from a run rule win. And here we go with Val Rudd, the shortstop. First pitch grounded towards short. Jennings, gets right by her. She backed up on it, and it skipped past her into center field for a base hit. And that'll be the first hit of the game for Abilene Christian, which makes the second straight game in which the opponent's first hit doesn't come until the 5th inning. Stark and Ferris are watching in Tahlequah. Van Ami is checking in from Dallas and wants a shout-out for Kat Boris. That's unique. First pitch, swing and a miss. Also, what's up to Tornado Dancer in Columbia, Tennessee, Pam and Doug Evans in Frigid, Sioux City, Iowa, Boomer Sooner. Never given a cat a shout-out before. As someone who's allergic to cats, that's hard on me. Run at first, 2 outs. The pitch, up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. We'll get back at it tomorrow with that 10:45 pregame show on the Sooner Radio Network, the Franchise 2, AM 1560 and 103.3 FM, as McAdoo misses inside on the 1-1. It's 2 balls and a strike. McAdoo, the 4th pitcher the Sooners have used today. G. Juarez held UTEP hitless through 4, shut him out. Olivia Raines came in to close things down in the 5th. 4 shutout innings from the freshman Nicole May. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Nicole May was fantastic here. Had some great defensive plays behind her as well. And now Macy McAdoo looks to wrap it up in run rule fashion. Here's the 2-2. Hit pretty well to left field, but Alo's got a beat on it and will make the catch. Win column Sooners. Game over, and Oklahoma has started its season in grand fashion. A run rule win over UTEP, in which they set the NCAA record for most home runs in a game, and a shutout run rule win over Abilene Christian. Final score from El Paso, Oklahoma 9, Abilene Christian 0. The Bud Light postgame show is next. This is Sooner Softball from Learfield IMG College.